10 years ago, I lived in a small village, young and full of dreams. In our village, there was a boy named Alex, handsome and loved by many girls. I liked Alex too. He was 23 older than me, but I didn't care. I believed he was kind-hearted, but people warned me about him, including my mother. My aunt also told me Alex would bring trouble, but I ignored their warnings completely. One Saturday night, there was a dance party in the village, and we felt excited. My mother didn't want me to go, believing it wasn't safe, but I begged. She finally agreed, though she still felt worried about me going to the party. At first, few people were there, but more arrived, and the place became lively. Then Alex arrived, smiling at me, making my heart beat fast with nervous excitement. He walked over and asked me to dance. I was thrilled and said yes. During slow songs, he held my hand, and we talked during the dance breaks. He made me laugh. When the party ended, he offered a drive around town. Everyone knew about Alex's nice car. I felt excited and immediately agreed with him. We drove around peacefully. The night sky was filled with bright twinkling stars. Suddenly, Alex drove to a lonely dark place without people or houses nearby. I started feeling uneasy. He stopped the car, turned towards me and moved closer. He tried to kiss me, but I pulled away saying, "No, Alex. Take me home." Alex didn't listen. He grabbed my hand and touched me, making me feel uncomfortable. I pushed him away, shouting, "Stop, Alex." But he got angry and frustrated. "You are boring," he said before opening the door and pushing me outside. Alone on a deserted road, I felt scared. It was dark, cold, and silent. My house was far away, but I had no choice except to start walking. My feet hurt since my shoes weren't made for long-distance walking in darkness. I walked 3 kilometers through the cold night, feeling exhausted and completely heartbroken inside. When I reached home, I sat on my bed crying. My heart was broken. The next morning, I told my friends everything, and they weren't even surprised at all. "Alex is always like this," they said. "He did the same thing to us. Why didn't you warn me?" I asked. They said, "Everyone knows. We thought you knew." That night taught me a hard lesson, making me stronger and wiser about people. I stopped thinking about Alex. 2 years later, I moved away to the city. I worked hard and built a good life. Now, I am 28 years old. I am married and expecting my first baby. My life feels complete and happy. My friends told me Alex changed. He drinks too much and has 2 failed marriages. I feel fortunate that my life turned out well, believing everything happens for reasons. Sometimes I think about that night, but instead of sadness, I feel deep gratitude. When I was 20, I lived in the city, working in a small bookstore. I walked to work daily. I loved the book's smell and chatting with customers. One afternoon it started raining. I had no umbrella, so I waited under trees. Suddenly, a man appeared beside me, holding a big red umbrella, offering me help. He had kind eyes and a warm smile. "Do you need help?" he asked. I nodded. "Yes, thank you," I said, and he walked me to work. His name was Daniel. He worked in a nearby office and seemed genuinely kind. Before leaving, he asked, "Can I see you again?" I smiled and said, "Maybe." The next day, Daniel came again. He bought a book and kept visiting frequently. We talked about books, movies, and life. He made me laugh and feel happy. Slowly, I started liking him. One day he asked, "Do you want coffee together?" I said yes. We went to a small cafe near the bookstore, feeling comfortable. Daniel told me about his family. He had a younger sister he deeply loved. He wanted to travel the world. He had dreams bigger than the city itself. I shared my story too. I was an only child, sometimes missing my parents. We spent more time together, going to parks, museums, and watching movies every weekend. I was happy, but suddenly one day, Daniel stopped visiting the bookstore entirely. I waited for him, but days passed. A week, then 2. I felt lonely. Where is he? I wondered. I wanted to call him, but I lacked his number. One evening, it started raining again, and I walked home feeling incredibly sad. Suddenly, I saw a red umbrella. My heart jumped. It was Daniel waiting. "Where were you?" I asked. "I'm sorry," he said. "My sister was very sick." I smiled. "I'm glad you're back," I said, feeling warm inside despite the rain. Daniel held the umbrella over me. "Let's go for a walk," he suggested kindly. We walked in the rain. The streets were shiny and wet, reflecting glowing lights. From that day, we spent even more time together, growing closer and more connected. Daniel made me believe in love again. He was patient, caring, and truly kind. Years passed. Now I am 30. Daniel and I are married, living happily together. We have a small house with a beautiful garden, enjoying every peaceful moment together. Sometimes, when it rains, we take our red umbrella and go for peaceful walks. I often think about the day we met. Life is unpredictable, full of amazing surprises. Sometimes, even a small thing like an umbrella can change everything in unexpected ways. Thank you for watching and spending time with me today. I truly appreciate your support. I hope you enjoyed the story and found it helpful in your English learning journey. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more wonderful stories and English lessons. Let me know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. I'd love to respond. See you in the next video. If you liked the story, please subscribe and share.